Greetings, adventurer. Welcome to today's session. I'll be your dungeon master for today, and I am glad to meet you. Join me and my fellow adventurers, Jova, the human paladin, Shiroi, the half-elf cleric, Dweebs, the half-orc barbarian, and Pedro, the draconic wizard.
Barbarian!
Yay.
Unfortunately,
Well,
today,
you're the one who likes to use brute force, so yeah, barbarian.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
today it's not a common session, but instead a movie based on the popular tabletop RPG game, Dungeons and Dragons.
It's okay, let's roll the dice and see if this will be a good movie. All we need is a 5 or higher.
I rolled a 1, Jova. Sorry, critical failure. Anyway,
Okay.
released in the 2000s and directed by Courtney Solomon. I don't know.
He would later
this
go on
guy.
to direct the classic Getaway.
Oh, great.
These, basically, don't bother if you're not that familiar with D&D, because this has practically nothing to do with it.
Well, actually, I'll explain that point when we
A
start.
couple of elements are there, but let's just.
This is as much of a Dungeons and Dragons movie as the Super Mario Brothers movie was a Mario movie.
And,
Pretty much.
again,
And yet somehow this got 2 sequels.
I'll state A to be fair reason when we start.
Sure.
Basically, the version we're watching, I think it's either a DVD or a VHS release, starts with the
DVD.
Buena Vista logo. So, if you want to be sync with us, start with that. Or I'll guess we'll just briefly mention when the movie actually starts if you want to be totally in sync. All right, then. 3, 2, 1, click.
Well, to be fair, aren't Dungeons and Dragons never really has consistent characters? It all depends on how you start.
Actually,
What about
that depends. There are some specific storylines, like the Curse of Strahd campaign, that actually contains specific NPCs, which major storylines.
I think I can see what Dibs is talking about. I mean, well, when people think Dungeons and Dragons, they don't think of, like, a specific
True.
or anything. Normally you
Also-
just think the tabletop.
So this
How
is
ironic,
it'd be
the same
like,
company will release Lord of the Rings 1 year later.
They thought this was
Anyway,
going to be
that's
their
how the
big money
movie
maker.
really starts, with the narration. Ding!
Okay, the narration. Okay, when we give a little faint narration, there's nothing wrong with narration as in general. It's just how you use it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
This
this one is
narration is
serviceable,
fine
it
enough.
just serves to explain the thing. If it wasn't in Silent Hill, of all places. Also, rhetorical question. Who, aside from me, has actually role-played the D&D here?
No.
Not me.
You just said that's a rhetorical question, though.
Well, it was just for understanding. I can understand. I
You
can
keep
imagine
using that word,
Shiroi not
Teo.
being a fan of
I don't think
it.
it means what you think it means.
Oh, what
Anyway, this is Dungeons and Dragons. The writer.
Hey, look at that, guys! At least the title looks good.
It actually had
Oh,
two
the
writers.
frame rate, though. Oh my God, Pedro, this version of King's Quest IV is kind of lagging. a
I
bit.
actually think it is a King's Field.
Actually, I think you're comparing this like to the CGI intro of King's Quest
King's
2.
Quest 7.
Well, the King's Quest 2 remake by GDI. Like it's very similar in that
Ah.
regard. The big difference is that
Anyway.
that was a fan remake with no budget. This is a Hollywood production.
We start in a castle dungeon. I guess that works.
Well, it's called Dungeons and Dragons, so
True.
Well, here's the thing, though. The actual game of Dungeons and Dragons does not always involve dungeons.
Well, actually, it does, Joe. It's just a clever dungeon master can actually use very multi-tool force. And here's the star of the movie, Jeremy Irons.
Yay.
Trust me, people. He's the iron because he knows he's in a shitty movie and he enjoys absolutely every second of it.
Like, look at every way he moves as
he
hamely as
smiles.
possible.
Get this, Bush, especially you, Shirei. This character's name is called Profion. I don't I understand using fancy name for a fantasy setting, but I don't know. I think this is going a bit too far.
Boy, the Game Master really was creative with this character.
yeah, he was so creative. He
Oh, look!
he
He found
In order to make
Loki's scepter from the first Avengers movie?
That's not
order
an
to think of
Infinity
it-
Stone.
in order to think of it, I got it, guys. In order to think of a day,
You okay?
he was in it. He was in his local farm. He went to his local He went to his local pharmacy and looked around on the shelf for name ideas and just saw Profion
What
there.
the hell do you have in your mouth?
Also, his
Specifically lips.
assistant, I think I forgot the name of the actor, but if you think
Bruce
he's familiar,
Payne.
yeah, he's the same guy who plays the villain in Highlander Endgame. Only that for this particular movie, for some reason, someone decided to use blue lipstick for him.
And he made a cameo in Getaway.
Also, Dwibs, you can find like online random generators
So,
for names for this kind of thing.
That's some bad
So
CGI.
basically what you're telling me is that that guy is this director's favorite actor?
Excuse me.
So, well, hey, at least we get the actual dragons. You know, at least this adaptation starts off with the game's namesake, Dungeons and Dragons.
That's like
This is
oh,
probably
okay,
the
there'll be
only thing
dragons
you're gonna
later.
get out of it.
Well, to be fair, it still looks like a better CGI dragon than the one in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
And I guess it's better
anyway,
CGI dragon than the
is
one in
researching
what's
a
that
way
movie?
to control dragons with a magical scepter. Traditional evil stuff, I guess.
Remind me, too. What was the name of that movie you picked for us to commentate on? The one that's about dragons in London?
Oh, Reign of Fire.
Yeah, I guess it's better CGI dragons in there, too.
Well, that movie
Yeah.
came out like what, 10 years after this one or something?
Actually, 2 or 3. I think it's
Oh.
2003 or 4.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
remember. Oh, jeez.
I wonder what's going through.
Trying to do to me.
I wonder
I'm
what was going
gonna
through
go
his
back into
mind.
my cage where it's safe.
Sorry, yes, Dweebs?
Please,
I
no.
wonder what was
Don't-
going through Jeremy Irons' mind while he was doing this.
Again, I'm in a shitty movie, I just need to enjoy myself.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'll be in even. Besides, it's not like I'll be in any shittier movies than this.
Wow,
right?
the dangerous dragon
Right?
was incredibly easy to kill.
Yeah.
Also,
that blood is terrible. Also, again, it's the Rancor death.
okay.
Oh, look at that. Jeremy is sad for the dragon.
I know this film. I know this film only came out. I know this film came out in 2000, so I'm not expecting modern day effects or anything, but still.
You know, Neil Breen has better blood effects than you. Think about
Also,
your life.
actually-
What's the name of this writer again, Dwips?
Courtney Solomon.
Courtney
Solomon.
Neil Breen does better blood in his movies than you do.
And here's sadly our real main heroes. Two
Oh yeah,
thieves,
this guy.
One played by Justin Walling
Okay.
and the other by Marlon Wayans.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
This guy
Okay,
on the right, the guy on the right, isn't he?
Marlon Wayans,
Is he
yeah.
gonna play one of the three main characters from the Percy Jackson movie? Because he looks a lot like that actor from Percy Jackson.
Oh, Jervis Roseberg. I don't remember, but I checked his biography and he's not there.
Okay then.
Okay, apparently, the director he blamed the poor quality of the movie on several factors. He was inexperienced in filmmaking. Apparently he was only going to produce the film, but he was apparently forced to direct it because by the investors of the film after following complications dealing with TSR and Wizards of the Coast, and apparently
It doesn't help. This is actually his first movie.
despite the fact that there was an updated version that fit the license better, he was forced to use an older script.
Oh boy, here we go. Basically, in this supposed kingdom, Shiroi, there is a child princess, similar to, Neverending Story with Fantasia. And Profion, in this magnificent attire, is basically a consultant, I think. So basically, he's acting like Jafar. He wants to usurp the throne for himself.
Here's the problem, though.
Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of debates about this.
And believe it or not, Profion's the one who kind of makes more sense in said debates.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is just like the Star Wars prequels. Instead of actually seeing the action, we're seeing pointless politics debate.
Except I'm not bored by this because Jeremy is wonderful.
Difference being is like, well, also those ones made more sense in the prequels too, and they actually help things along.
Also,
Well, say I think the
But don't you-
romance is better.
remove Sep.
But don't you get, Dwibs? I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. We must do something quickly. Can't you see how concerned I am about this
Pedro,
matter?
don't fall asleep, please.
Yeah.
But Theo, I'm trying to emulate Samuel L. Jackson's wonderful performance as Mace Windu.
Remind me, he was probably. By the way, can you guys give me a time?
Yeah.
Go to 9 minutes. So.
Okay.
But okay, Shiroi. Now I know what you.
904.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Shiroi, I know what you're thinking. This guy is completely off his fucking meds. Well, don't worry. Later on, we're going to have an underactress, underacting like. Oh, no! Make believes reborn. Here she is.
Click.
Okay, basically, Shiroi, that's okay. It's okay, Shiroi, because this woman right here, she's gonna.
Birch off Alaska.
This woman right here, Shiroi, she'll be canceling Jeremy out because she's basically the exact opposite extreme. This bitch cannot emote to save her life.
Wow, her
which
filmography
is funny because she was fine in Alaska.
Yeah.
Again, terrible direction, I think.
Basically, Profion wants to overthrow her, and of course mentions in debate that he votes that we should maybe have not put a freaking child in charge of everything.
Well, I was just say, to be fair, I mean, if I were ruled by someone who doesn't look like they give a shit about what they're doing, I'd want her overthrown too.
You should listen to.
And it's not just the way she looks, but it's also the way she acts too.
You should listen to Jeremy. Calm down. God damn it, Jeremy! Don't scare me like that.
Also, why is he holding those two guys? They've done nothing.
Sir, please let go of my arm.
Also, his mood whiplash is just enjoyable. Like, it goes psychopathic to incredibly calm in a second.
That scenery must be so...
of writing movie
delicious.
legends.
All that's missing is John Malkovich from Aragon.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
suffer without my stone.
Honestly, I prefer Jeremy.
No!
Anyway, I must prefer Jeremy Irons to. I must prefer Jeremy Irons here to John Malkovich.
I thought we were watching Dungeons and Dragons, not playing a PlayStation VR game.
Also, yeah, the two thieves. Basically, they want to steal something because, they're thieves.
That's what they do. Okay.
Yeah.
I steal only what I can afford. That's everything.
Also, yeah,
Just
this
trust me.
Panther is stupid.
Wow, they really are Aladdin with the whole trust me and jump.
Yeah, in case you wonder, the black guy is kind of stereotyped and quite frankly annoying in this movie.
Yes,
Sorry,
it's the
Joe.
black. Oh, trust me, Tio.
Stereotypes are usually annoying.
Tio, I'm all on board with you. I mean, like,
a
seriously.
dinosaur skeleton?
It's a
Like,
dragon.
seriously, Tio, I am on board with you. Screw them doing the stupid, cliched, stereotypical black guy sidekick who's totally not gonna die, we swear.
Tell me, man, the black guy always dies first.
I was just gonna say, I don't think he died. Crap, I spoiled it.
That's happened so often that sitcoms make jokes about it now.
Yeah.
Okay. If it was Profion, not
Anyway,
Profion.
back to this library. You see, young lady, I am an old man.
Oh boy, this other character. Basically, this is I forgot the name. Zoe,
She's a
The
librarian.
librarian, yeah.
Marina, I think it's called. Basically, she's an
I was a
apprentice.
full believer for a second.
Oh yeah, and by the way, everybody, she operates on she's all that logic in the sense that she's just a nerdy librarian that nobody
she has
knows.
glasses.
But then she takes off her glasses and sprays her hair, and suddenly she's a hot chick.
Patience,
also,
stage up
she's-
intro, one stupid cliche at a time, one stupid cliche at a
Also,
Jeez,
time.
how
me-
old is this movie?
Tell me if you people ever did before.
18 years
She's
old right
trapped
now,
in a-
Shiroi.
She's trapped in a life she doesn't want to, and she dreams of more. Hmm.
And she's
You
not
know-
the princess of this movie.
You know, Pedro, when you said she's all that, I was gonna say I won't be surprised. You know, it's a common cliche, but I'm surprised Shyamalan wrote that cliche.
I don't get it. I'm an old man in a fantasy universe with a beard. Clearly, I must know what I'm talking about.
Also, these thieves are terrible at their job. That's clearly made of plastic because it.
At least Alex was being noisy and terrible, stealing on purpose to attract the owner.
Even the practical effects are so cheap looking. That's sad.
What was the budget for this movie?
45
million, and it made only 33.8
worldwide.
Yeah, that's sad.
The African American guy it's just a stereotype, whereas the white guy is just stereotypical bland white dude.
Idiot, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't have his career, pretty much went nowhere.
Wait, what?
It's like Matthew Broderick from Inspector Gadget. You know, something idiot.
Yeah.
What was it? How did it go exactly?
Slapstick, huh? Idiot.
Slapstick, huh? Idiot.
Yes. I believe, Teo, that this movie is a mutated aberration, just like my career.
I'm act. Also, oops, busted. Yeah, see what I mean when everyone who has played D&D knows exactly what I'm talking about. This doesn't reflect the table.
Oh boy, we've got all the free characters we need. We have the bland white dude, the stereotypical black guy, and the chick. We have our protagonists, everybody.
Okay, finally something, an actual spell, Entangle.
I wish I was watching Tangled.
Basically, a general rule for D&D, in case you need to know, wizards can cast spells for only a selective number of times per day. They recharge by sleeping at night. That's kind of the rule to balance combat. These two are clearly not that tied.
All we need now is the annoying little CGI sidekick, and the circle will be complete.
You mean the team pet?
Yes.
You know, could you imagine in a parallel universe? This is the film that was successful, and Lord of the Rings wasn't.
Of course, since you're the wise.
By the way, you do have something on your lip.
I love that line delivery. If you do not tell me, I shall be. I love that line delivery. I shall be forced to kill you painfully. It always makes me laugh. It's his delivery. That's the issue.
Yeah.
So to kill you painfully. Implying there's a death. There are deaths.
Also, teleportation.
It's a good thing she can just conjure up portals.
Also,
that's kind of thing that can happen, but it's not like.
Okay. But don't get used to that thing for Damodar. Okay. Other than that, the only way Damodar can issue orders throughout this film to his troops is very, very slowly.
Ugh.
In fact, we'll see an example of this later on.
Jesus.
Why
is everyone
scary.
screaming? Also, here's our next party member, which is about to... There you go. Elwood the Dwarf.
Yep.
Played by Lee and Arenberg.
Who won't be giving the dwarf from Lord of the Rings any run for his money.
No.
And he actually was a character in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah, he was. One of those two pirates that are used for comedy relief.
I guess he found a better work after this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah.
Oh, hang on. Here we go. This is one of my favorite bits of the movie. How slowly he gives his
orders. Yeah.
Considering it's meant to be a chase.
Again, he's basically he's like John Malkovich.
Here we go.
Were you directed to be a slowly...
I suffer
I think they wanted to go for a marathon.
If you told us your orders a little faster, we could get them done a lot quicker.
Kill him
Dwebs,
for
do not
his
prolong my suffering.
Also,
insolence.
these disguises.
Oh, there you go. See, there you go, Shiro. See, I told you. Look at that. Suddenly, her hair is untied now, and she has no glasses. So now she's a completely different. Now she's
not to mention the hair's
she's
a
no longer the
different colour.
nerdy character. Now she's just a hot chick.
To be fair,
The hair a different colour.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead, Joe.
to be fair, they don't even really start doing the whole "she's cuter without her glasses" thing yet. She's just having them off for the.
But they're kind of gonna do it later, though.
Well, for the audience, Joe, I mean.
Well, yeah.
No,
I mean,
even in the
that.
context of the movie too, like they're gonna have a romance scene later with her anyway.
True.
Well, I mean, it
You're
depends.
blending
It's based off of the
perfectly.
glasses
These
and all,
disguises
but
are
what is?
masterful.
I mean, hey.
Well, to be fair,
Teo,
Teo, still better than a trench coat and a fedora in New York.
Oh, God.
Hey, I mean,
No,
there's
no,
more
I'm scared.
No, I'm not.
Jeremy, no.
Save us, please.
I can't take you seriously with that lipstick.
Oh, trust me, Shiro, he gets stupider.
With each sequel,
Even in the context of music, because in the context of his movie, because since he kinda failed at his job, this guy, now Profil needs to punish him properly.
It was a mistake. I'm nothing but trash.
I was able to take the biggest, dickest scenes more seriously than this.
hail, because
Oh, and now he's getting
A curse on it. Oh, God.
that CGI, man.
Basically, Profion kind of injected
Very
him
good
with
guy.
a parasite.
Very good, guys. Very good. Raiders of the Lost Ark will be proud of you.
His face just looks like he smelled something really awful.
Oh, just wait, Shiro. The scene gets stupider in a second.
Jeremy, what are you doing?
Oh. You.
Jeremy, you have to you have to stop indulging your fetishes.
Oh, wait for it.
A friend, eh?
a chest buster.
Man, Alfred was really, really weird back in his early years.
Yeah,
He just wanted his personal fun. Here you go, Shiro. Personal space.
Basically, Shiroi, Jeremy. Oh, hold on.
Like, can you not be this close, please?
Well, he's already given him parasites. I
I
think.
got a theory for that, actually.
I know, but it's like
Alfred-
insult to injury.
Alfred is so rich that he probably had the budget to make it to have a Dungeons and Dragons game, but on a grand scale.
Alright, at least one thing where they actually managed to get decently is that since it's D&D, basically we need to have our party in a tavern discussing about what to do.
By the way, good news, guys. We got a new Dungeons and Dragons movie coming in 2021.
Supposedly,
And
yeah.
apparently one of the producers is the director of this film.
Well, I'm not really surprised.
Oh, we're on it. So now we actually have something close to a traditional party. We have a warrior, 2 thieves, and a wizard, supposedly. I love how the fact that the dwarf just tagged along for no reason at all.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Even the chick here also kind of is tagging along for no reason.
She got kind of entangled in this. She wants to do her own thing, and the thieves were just in the way. But the dwarf just decided to went along with them.
I mean, that's one thing I don't get. The guy who directed and produced this film did a shit job. What makes you think him producing the reboot's going to turn out any better?
Who knows? Maybe he's
One of
learned
the
over
first
years.
things that you need to do, all party members in a D&D session need to do, is actually to come up with a decent reason why their party came together. Like, they've been hired by the local king to do a specific task or something like that. This movie has quite the
What's the character's name, by the way?
Marina Pretensa.
Yeah,
Theo, I have the perfect headcanon. This is being run by a game master. It's one of those dickish game masters.
Marina
Dungeon
Pretensa.
Masters, yeah.
Basically, the way each Dungeons and Dragons game traditionally goes is like, well, you have one game or dungeon master who basically is the one who decides the setting and whatnot.
Yeah, the encounters, what your characters will be facing.
Yeah,
etc.
And he controls
the
pretty much all
actresses-
NPCs as well.
Yeah.
The actress's film career was pretty
Lame.
I have a
But
better
in
theory,
TV,
Jova.
But in TV terms, she's been in a lot of long running. So she's in an episode of House.
I have a better theory, Jova.
What?
What?
Dee Dee
And
is the dungeon master in this one.
And she's
And you're walking along in your forest. Dungeon. Okay, dungeon forest, whatever. So you're walking along and...
Oh, and yeah, for no reason the map sucks both of them into it.
And she's been in NCIS and one of its spin-offs.
Oh.
Oh, okay, I get it. It's like the map from King's Quest 3. Okay, you get that sinking sensation, tingling sensation.
Whoop, in she goes.
Someone played King's Quest 3.
There.
Jesus, can you do a bit
He bribed him.
But yeah,
okay, can you go now?
But yeah, you're
Please
walking
help
along,
me.
and you're walking.
Sir, please give us your orders quicker. We're on a race against the clock here.
Oh shit!
And I guess now the dwarf is drunk.
Seriously, this is freaking Gimli. He has a big beard. He's the smallest one of the lots, and he's drunk all the time. And
that's a common stereotype for dwarves in fiction in general. Like, he got popular with this. Oh, good boy, we have
Halle Berry.
No, I think she is.
I don't know. She looks a bit like Halle Berry.
Kristen Wilson, I think. Oh boy, she was in the Doctor Dolittle movies. Ugh.
What's Flora Birch done since this?
Sorry, can you repeat that, please?
The one who played the one who plays the underacting Empress. I'm looking it up now. Actually, let me see.
She did things.
Okay, her film career is unremarkable. Again.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And and in television terms, she's not been in a lot of stuff I've heard of.
Mm-hmm.
She was in something called My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Oh,
anyway, this is Norda, the Elf Ranger.
She was a one episode character.
I swear, I swear, when they wrote the black character from Percy Jackson, I swear they were literally emulating this guy to a T. Seriously.
He does look a bit like the guy they played. To play Grover.
Not just that, Jova. He acts exactly like that character. It's kind of surreal.
I'll give him credit. Grover in that movie gets more dignity than this guy does.
Alright, so...
That's not saying much.
Sorry, situation. The guards have entered the tavern, and now are usually to find a way out. So what are we gonna do?
Don't worry. Just run away while he's giving his orders. It'll take so long.
That's the thing. Look at that. He's doing nothing, and he sees them clearly.
Ugh.
Why?
Wait, for what?
Yeah, wait, is that Black Panther's claws that he has right there?
Huh, they do look like them.
It's like I said earlier. If you want to escape, just wait till he's giving his orders because he's so freaking slow.
Cover, bro.
And run away. You'll be like 1,000 miles before he finishes his instruction.
Oh, and now you're doing something.
Now you get them. When there's a riot going on and it's hard to get past everybody.
He even said it quickly enough.
That's racist.
Huh. So what's those versions about?
Sir, maybe we should have got them earlier.
That face.
You know, when you had a very clear chance.
Yeah. Well, don't test my patience, boy.
Your patience is the problem.
Now go and fetch my tea.
I have to wonder what was going on that map.
I'm sorry, sir, but your orders were so long, your tea's gone cold.
Oh boy, just watch the reaction about this. So now that the thieves are gonna help her for no reason.
You know, this is...
Oh goody, we're looking for a rod.
You know, Jova...
Remember Prohill 6-1 to control the dragons.
You know, Jova, since you were the one who mentioned that problem in our Final Fantasy XIV playthrough, this is the reverse. Whereas in Final Fantasy XIV, they had incredibly poor reasons to split the party apart. This is the opposite. They're having incredibly poor reasons to get the party together.
So again, it's one of those dickish game masters at the helm that really either doesn't know what they're doing, or they actively hate the players.
Again, it's DD, and you're walking along, and and a dragon comes out. Yeah, and he's scary, very scary.
Remember, we're thieves. That means we can never be redeemed by the end of this film, under any circumstances.
Well, for one of them, that'd be kind of true.
Why?
How?
Powerball.
Oh God! Again.
Committed to what? Sorry.
Again, I want to know what went on in that map. Oh no! Are you kidding me? They formed a relationship while in the map, off screen.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Also, the nails is so annoying.
Wait, is that actually it, or is he just jumping to conclusions?
Again, okay.
We don't know here, that's the problem.
Okay.
That's the problem. They never get elaborated on.
Yes, so Wayans is annoying in this, but considering what happens to his character later on, I'm more apathetic toward.
No! I'm not apathetic. It's stupid and a bad mysteries.
Well, I can understand why you'd be annoyed, Jova.
Well, honestly, Dwebs, it doesn't really matter about that. I mean, whether or not he's black or white, he's still annoying as all heck, and what they do with his character is really stupid.
You know, Marina, this is a time where you should quietly leave.
Yeah, just let them do their quest on their own.
Remember, he committed.
Why are you even still here, Marina?
Okay.
Because she needs help.
I think they need help.
Marina needs help from these two? What kind of help could she possibly get from these two?
So, in case you...
Only if you were really desperate.
She needs a laugh, that's what she
in
needs.
case you need a small recap, Profion seeks a scepter in order to control a specific type of dragon in order to help ease usurpation of the throne. Marina wants to get there first in order for Profion to not get it. That's
how convenient.
Pretty much it.
And this guy just goes along because we need a dwarf.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, the mercenaries.
Come on,
Potato and peanuts.
No. But, why the camera glance?
Also, why not clean the food out of your beard?
Wow.
God, I love...
Hello.
Oh,
Get
it's
it? Because
Yo.
she's on Alpha. Terrible scenery. It's clearly pre-rendered.
What are we doing?
It looked like a map
Take what
painting.
mediocre effects I can get in this.
It looked like the map painting. It looked like a visage from High Frame Rate The Hobbit.
High frame rate.
Basically, now we're going to visit the Thieves Guild in order to get infos on where the scepter may be.
So, what would be the... We're not in that kind of...
Already before that.
But yeah, that too. So, will it be the honor-bound thieves, the thieves who care for no one but their own, the thieves who care for nobody but themselves, and will say you on the heartbeat?
Oh, Jesus.
All of the above.
What? Again, the practical effects of this movie ranges from just weird to god-awful.
Is that a mutated is that a mutated Star Trek character? Sorry.
Yeah. Well, technically, kind of. With the Tavern scene before, it was similar to Mos Eisley, so we're kind of going for the sci-fi route, I guess. Also, he has an vagina. Also,
Hey, it's Richard O'Brien from the Crystal Maze.
Really?
Brilliant.
I think it is anyways.
What's with these facial expressions?
Actually, no, Dreams. Richard Brand comes later.
So sorry. I had to turn the screen off for a bit.
He also was in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I get the feeling, Shiroi, everybody was high when in the production of this.
At least someone enjoyed
the
it.
actors included.
Except for Jeremy Irons, because that's just
He's
Jeremy
just like
Irons.
that
being Jeremy
24/7.
Irons.
So what are you guys saying? He's like this at home?
Well, hey,
Probably. And once again, we've kind of cherish it because he has proven repeatedly to be not exactly a kind person.
I can imagine what it'd be like though. Pray give me your kitchen utensil.
But don't you see, Dwebs? I won so many awards. It doesn't matter what I do.
Okay. Sorry, Joe Malenkovich's nail is pretty much like Jar Jar Binks in this movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, again,
Even
you know,
get this scene when he steals everything from the market.
barring one distinct trait, but we'll get to that.
He's not CGI'd, yeah.
We are going home.
Well, okay. Two distinct traits.
Well, that's already one more character trait than a compile hard character. But saying.
Anyway, there you go, the Thieves Guild.
Yeah. Okay. The only guilds I know of are ones of Final Fantasy.
Basically, well, they were kind of different. Basically, guilds in D&D are basically associations of a specific profession or a job. In the case of a thieves guild, it's essentially a den of thieves, which organize particular heists here and there, and they share their loot.
Hey, Dwebs.
Yeah.
I don't like you. You're supposed to say sorry.
Sorry.
He doesn't like you either. Or that's the opposite. I don't like you either. Sorry, I mistook things, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I got the 12 systems.
The actual master of the guild, I think.
What is up with that painting in the background?
It just does. There you go. There he is, Dweebs. That's Richard O'Brien.
Hooray! Someone
And he's
finally another
completely
familiar
bald.
face. Well, Richard O'Brien is bald. Wonder how he ended up in this. How did he end up in this film?
No idea.
The director is a fan of Crystal Maze, I guess.
Well, Crystal Maze is a UK show.
Your picture show.
So.
I mean,
I wouldn't think
think
anyone outside the UK would have seen that show.
Charming.
Well, he's a thief, so I guess scum. This is kind of supposedly this is kind of similar to that scene in Zootopia where they do the Godfather ripoff. It's just that bad prototype for this one, I guess.
Okay, now I'm imagining Richard O'Brien playing the Don instead.
How do you
of,
repay my curiosity with a rug made out of a skunk's butt?
Okay, now I'm imagining Richard O'Brien playing Don Corleone instead of Marlon Brando.
Also, even as a glass of wine and everything. Richard O'Brien probably tries more times than Brando did.
So basically, we have ourselves a little deal here, basically.
He will give them the objective that we need to progress if our brave Aladdin discount hero will surpass their maze.
Also, why is this shot green screen?
No idea. To be fair, I kind of understand the thought process because thieves in D&D are all about agility and not specifically just in combat, but also for dungeon crawling. They have abilities that allow them to detect the traps and actually avoid them or disarm them for the advantage of the party. The problem is I honestly think it's used badly here.
But this looks like something you'd see. This looks like something you'd see at like a fairground or something.
Yeah, just also, let's see if you can spot the reference in a second.
Well, actually, this is the dungeon, so it would be Arabian Nights and Arabian Moons.
Whoa.
That felt like one of the Home Alone paint can traps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is pretty clever. You just throw a bone there, and that will set off the.
All right.
So, Rancor Pit time. I mean, I know we're technically not going against the beast, but this is kind of like that scene from Return of the Jedi.
Oh no, the Rancor!
Solo.
Okay, if I'll be honest, I kind of like how the extended version handled that. You know, they drop the dancer in the pit, but we actually get to see the look of fear on her face before she dies, as opposed to the original where she just drops and is never seen again.
Mm-hmm.
Mate, but I reckon it's not over yet. Okay, what's the next challenge? You guys still there, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what's challenge number 2?
Oh, of course, classic. There's a lot of arrows.
Right.
Or fire. Sure, that works too.
This is probably what ate up the film.
Reaction there, lady.
Okay, this is what ate up the film's budget, I think. Okay, don't step on the red eyes.
Black Dragon.
Ha 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 ha. All those eyes. Okay, and
So we
Okay,
have to step on those eyes.
yeah, those ones are fine. Oh, and then a thief rigs the whole thing so that he the eyes are switched and he steps on the wrong one and he dies. Well, and of course, that is what happens.
Da, da, da,
Just gotta get to the end.
da, da,
All the
da.
while the walls coming back on him.
So, let's see. First we ripped off Star Wars, now we're
And now
ripping
the
up
gate's
Indiana
closed.
Jones.
The door's closing.
So, I guess the guy who made this movie really has a boner for LucasArts films.
Shiroi,
Yeah.
the Crystal Maze reboot's gotten quite dangerous, hasn't it?
Just roll over.
Health and safety would need to have a word.
Chiori is Channel 4. Health and safety to them is just a contractual obligation.
Really?
There you go. Oh, jeez.
Channel 4, an interesting network, Jova.
Yeah.
Go figure.
They're the edgy network, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
I guess that works. To be fair, this is another thing that kind of is taken from the tabletop game. The fact that in order to avoid traps and stuff, that you don't need to think about the obvious solutions all the time. Sometimes you just need to think outside the box, kind of like in a Layton puzzle. And oh boy, I have never seen this reference before.
Let's see.
Seriously,
Indiana
they
Jones,
didn't
Aladdin.
even try.
Wow.
In fact, I think Aladdin did this like 3 times at this point, if I recall correctly, when the sequels came out.
Okay, guys. Guess what happened? Predict what's going to happen when he removes the artifact.
I'm not going to give this movie the
A
satisfaction.
random puppy appears.
The Pikachu comes out suddenly and electrocutes him.
Oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
Really?
Well, what do you know? They actually spat in the face of that cliche.
Here's the thing, though, like...
Yeah, after embracing every single other one, Jova.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it avoids one cliche, so... What is?
Yeah, here's the thing. They don't since they're thieves, they don't even have that much of an honor.
And there's another old cliche.
To be fair, no, yeah, I can understand this guy's
Yeah.
motivation.
He's got a point.
Like, other things is a nice bonus, but not something that you need to always take for granted. But, oops, apparently, Smurf Phillips has found them.
There's only room for one old actor in this
Overacting
movie.
guy in this film.
Also, again, slow as molasses.
So he gives his orders slowly, and he's slow walking too.
If he spoke faster, the movie would probably be about half an hour shorter than it is.
Probably. So basically, in the midst of all this, we go from...
I love Richard O'Brien. Mostly from Crystal Maze.
Reaction, dude.
Deal or no deal.
He's slow to react too.
I guess that Parasite actually challenged his brain or something.
Why does Protheon hire this guy?
Because his lips are compelling?
I have to ask though, why did you put the flame out beef?
Because
No
you can
idea.
easily light it again, I guess.
Brawl. Again, see what I mean? Our heroes get away from situations thanks to brawls.
And it turns out he didn't. That was really weird.
Get the antidote. Oh wait, wrong movie. Yeah, look at that. Seriously, it's again this like the director was clearly a fan of Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Well, I found fighting movies too, it seems.
Why was she suddenly struggling at that point when she was moving just fine?
Because then we wouldn't have a plot, Shiroi.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Smurf Phillips has took the map and here.
Wow, he actually did something.
That's
surprised
because it was in a situation where he could not lose in that moment.
I'm surprised.
yeah,
I'm surprised it was quick enough to do that.
Yeah.
This has been the most incompetent.
Oh no, he's
henchman.
got me by the arm. That makes me helpless.
This has to be the most incompetent super hedge person I've ever seen.
Ah, jeez. Sure.
He only really succeeds when there's no other way but to succeed.
I must succeed.
He will not give up. Damn! Yeah, basically Marlon Wayans for this movie was told, just go Chris Tucker and we'll see how to do it. I did it horribly.
Have any Wayans been in any good movies?
I know that Damon Wayans has done a bit, but I don't know, I've never been too much of a fan of him.
Well, let's see. Waylon.
Rangers.
Okay, he was in Scary Movie, the first one. That was fun, I guess.
So basically now the Elvish Ranger from before has found them and she decides to finally chat with them. Sure.
Oh god.
That's racist.
Yeah.
Also, that's... Well, to be fair, now
To be fair, you kind of have to make armor like that for girls, especially, like, I mean...
then again, Joe, this was back in the time where the chainmail bikini trope was in full force, so... Yeah.
And not to mention the fact, like, well, even cosplayers themselves admit that you gotta make the pockets for, you know...
No, those are
it's
not
just-
exactly a problem. It's the fact that they're still not covering that much overall of the body.
Oh, apparently this movie was filmed in the Czech Republic.
How
Also-
oddly specific.
Also, it was
I'm
my...
looking on IMDb. It was filmed in Kutna Hora and Prague.
Also, it is my misfortune to tell you that Marlon Wayans also wrote and starred in a movie called 50 Shades of Black.
Oh, that's right. I saw the trailers recently. Wait, was him?
Yeah, he wrote and starred in that movie, which is basically it's meant to be a parody.
It's one of those parodies of a like epic movie or disaster movie.
I've heard it's even worse than 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, that's one thing I never get with movies like 50 Shades of Black or Vampires Suck. One was a parody of 50 Shades of Grey, the other was a parody of Twilight. How do you manage to be worse of what you're making fun of? Like, seriously, the entire internet has practically made a career of throwing shit at those movies, yet...
It's an entire kind of worms for another day. Basically, now it turns out that the Elvis Ranger is now working for the Empress, so basically we're gonna help each other in order to find the scepter. And we communicate through a magic mirror. Again, never saw that before.
Typical. By the way, we have the UK to thank for the third sequel. I mean, the third movie.
Which was a direct-to-video, I think.
Yeah, well, the second one was direct-to-video too.
Was it? I'm trying to remember. The second one was
and it even starred Blue Lips.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I remember. Jasmine Phillips is the villain of the second movie.
It technically wasn't direct-to-video. It was a made-for-television sequel, which means it aired on TV first.
It was a sci-fi.
Oh boy, it seems we need to rip off also Star Wars, basically showing where we're gonna have torture scenes.
I mean, hey, it's fitting. This film feels like a sci-fi film, so its sequel being an actual sci-fi film.
True, but that's the thing. That's one of the saddest thing. Like, one of the strongest points of D&D is how personal the story becomes. The more different the situations and your character.
You choose.
Yeah, exactly. Even some of the predetermined one can go super wacky. This one is just ripping off things with no imaginations whatsoever.
And that's quite possibly one of the biggest insults to a D&D movie. Like, D&D is like one of the easiest things to adapt into a movie, considering how it's literally about creative and wacky.
Just make up your own plot.
And there you go. Yeah.
Like, let me put it like this. If this movie was literally a bunch of kids thinking up whatever they want, that would be closer to being a D&D movie than this movie right here.
Hell, Jova, from what I've seen, even the D&D cartoon kind of falls into the same trap.
I just don't get it. Why is it that whenever you get something that's practically gift wrapped to you, Hollywood or whatever, Hollywood, Bollywood, whatever Japan studios make films, they botch it up?
Because, Jova, Dungeons and Dragons is a far-out game.
Also, please feel sorry for Blue Lips here. He is truly suffering.
Yeah.
Oh,
just wait, Shiro. He's about to torture you in the most stupid way possible.
Then why do you help him?
Sorry, you're gonna have to speak up there.
Could you speak up a bit?
He said...
Oh, how can you say no to those puppy eyes? Yeah, she's like, what the fuck am I signing in for? Just look at that paycheck, sweetie. Oh boy, here we go.
Alright, you refuse to help me, so I will do this to you.
This is starting to look like a tentacle and tie.
Kinda does. Look at that.
This is like something out of Torchwood.
Really? Torchwood?
Hey, there you go.
That's good, wherever this is.
I'm not sure what am I supposed to react about this.
It's actually playing a dubstep in her ears.
So, Shiroi, what's the deal with Torchwood? Is Torchwood
basically
like this
he's
grim dark?
extracting her memories and thus understanding the truth behind her intention or something. The thing is, he doesn't need it. He already has the map. He just can go and get the fucking scepter. Ugh.
Actually, I'd say more supernatural than Torchwood.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Supernatural, though.
Maybe even Firefly.
Siri, if this were Torchwood, would be seeing a Cardiff thing in every shot. Plus half the accents.
That happened.
And man is not amused.
Yeah. Also, get it, dwarves cannot ride horses. Even Bober, it's perfectly possible. I don't understand where they took this
Get him
from.
a Shetland pony.
Maybe this is their one attempt to try and be original with our lore.
I don't know, Jova. In most of the setting, dwarves are perfectly able to be knights in the sense of riding horses and combating.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe this movie's trying to be original by making it that dwarves apparently can't ride horses. It's incredibly
I don't
stupid.
remember,
but it's
Jova. Lord of the
original.
Rings will try to do that 2 years later in the Two Towers.
And do it better.
Better of this movie, yes. I still think they kind of ruined the character of Gimli, but that's a huge topic for another day. Yeah, too
Yeah,
bad.
of course.
Missy,
of
you're
course.
an elf. You are able to do these things. The others are not like you.
She's got a good point, though, Tio. Damodar takes so long with everything. Of course we'll be able to cut him off.
Also,
Yeah.
this subplot is still stupid.
I mean, I can imagine how that. Hey, Joe, I can imagine how that go actually. Men, tomorrow morning.
Attack!
Yeah.
How long did that speech take?
Took about a whole 3 hours. We were actually able to get a good night's rest right before the invasion.
Fair managed to release the entirety of a Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII remake in that time.
Yeah, that's so you took so long. You kept us up all night.
Woo!
What's with the
Whee!
camera thing? Seriously, I get establishing, scenery shot, but this is ridiculous. So basically, the two thieves will basically handle the mission because, they're thieves. They need to be subtle about things. And we'll try to recover the map and rescue the damsel in distress, yeah. Also, there's a beholder there. In case you don't know, a beholder is a typical monster of D&D. Basically a gigantic floating mass with multiple eyes who has a shit ton of properties, like magical properties. And they just say, no, that's not how it works. Let's just say that beholders behave way differently. Yeah. Yeah. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Again,
Get it, Tio. It's part of the immersion.
2000 CGI. Just didn't age gracefully. Oh, do we seriously need this? Like, these are supposed to be the main characters. Like, out of a bunch of the main characters, is there one the viewers actually really can care for? Maybe discount Aladdin, but the others, no, not really. The dwarf and the elves are just there with no real personality. The Nails is annoying as fuck, and only this guy has some kind of clear idea of what's going around.
I'm sure the fact that we have two thieves doesn't mean we have to cut ourselves down to one.
Yeah.
I mean, he just told Snails to be careful as they split up.
Also, stupid excuse on why the rest of the people cannot intervene, because it's their mission.
You know, Perseus Jackson, and I'm talking about the books because the films are really just dumb. In Perseus Jackson, it made sense when a hero was sent to be on their own quest because that kind of had to do with their inner destiny and whatnot and the will of the gods, and also had to do without compromising certain objectives here and there. Here, this is just stupid.
Okay, well, you managed to make me slightly chuckle for a second. Congratulations.
Well done.
You get a cookie.
But just half of it.
Yeah.
And it's plastered on your face like Natsuki.
You're the composer of this movie.
Yes.
He later on went on to do some of the music for Metal Gear Solid 5.
Justin Kane Burnett.
Wow, I love that soundtrack. So cool.
He also was specialized for the Socom game.
And he did the music for Getaway. Yeah, but then again, from this one, it's the same director, so...
So basically, he likes working with his usual people.
Oh, here's the stupidest thing. He noticed the map just now, and he can get around to it, but here's the thing. There is a trap on the carpet. The carpet is a trap, and he couldn't notice. I guess that this can be interpreted as he rolled one on his check, but I don't know. This is just stupid.
Thank you. Please die.
Ew.
You could have just let him drown.
Boobs, we need a hostage.
Not just that, remember
What
that
could
guy,
what could he gonna do?
Not just that, Murphy Leaps is very stupid as a henchman. We kind of established that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm surprised you'd say it like this. Do you need a hand? He drowned.
Lockpicking! Yay!
It's not lock picking. He just stole keys.
I guess that works as well.
Well, he's a thief, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. That's the thing, Dweebs. He kind of stole the keys off screen, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't we see him doing some thief things, like doing this on screen?
It's like in Code Geass, we're not shown how good Lelouch is. We're just told that.
All right, are you not mentally scarred by that terrible experience?
Oh my God, he forced me to listen to. He forced me to listen to Roma Has It from Adele.
Could have been worse. Could have
That
been the
song is
soundtrack.
torture.
Could have been the
Could have been
soundtrack
worse.
of Amazing Spider-Man 2.
True.
I was thinking worse, but you know.
All the soundtrack of Battlefield, all the Battlefield Earth soundtrack.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, that film had a soundtrack.
He was playing the 10-hour Neon Cat video. It was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, that's what a thief does, you moron. I mean, imagine if you did that for over.
Okay, that was funny.
Terrible. You're a terrible.
Imagine if he
character.
did that. Imagine if he did that for other professions. You teachers always teaching.
You,
Also, that jump.
you limo drivers,
These-
always.
Oh yeah, that's
driving.
there's another thing, Shiro. The fight choreography in this movie is atrocious. I don't know what.
He wasn't even fighting. He just hit him a bit and ran away.
Not just that, Dweebs. Have you noticed the pause between the punches? Like a fight by 2 seconds, then another one.
Yeah, the John Wick this ain't.
Alright, just move on.
So
Oops.
you're a mage. You're actually gonna maybe try using your magic to help out with this fight?
Yeah,
Thing.
who the hell is he?
Probably the captain of the guards.
But
Of,
I thought Damadar was.
Oh, he is. I guess this is like the third in command. Also, those faces, seriously.
Yeah, he's acting more than Jeremy Irons.
Yeah, speaking of Jeremy Irons, where the heck is he?
Oh, don't worry, Jova. He's preparing for the final act. Also, knee to the face,
No. He basically stabbed his foot.
and then
Yeah,
knee
Shinsuke
into the
Nakamura.
face.
Ah.
Also, he's chasing him the slowest way possible.
It's like he's chasing like how the aliens in Battlefield Earth chase people. The cyclists, that bit they say the cyclists are closing. The cyclists are closing fast, and by fast I mean they're just walking.
Yeah.
So now we got both the map and the girl. We just need to. Oh, oops.
Dead end.
Speed up, man!
Well, I guess he knows when he cornered him, so.
See
Gotta go
now.
fast.
Oh great, Marlon Wayans in a fight.
Yeah, with a knife. Yeah, seriously.
What he said.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll be all right. The guy's so slow he can. Wait, what? Oh, why weren't you this? What? Oh my god! Why wasn't he that fast earlier?
I just like to make people think I'm slow, so I can do that.
But sir, you are slow at giving your orders.
That's what I want them thinking. I know it's incredibly complex and probably stupid, but hey, it gets to pay off this one time.
Sir, while you were making that statement, they already escaped.
It's okay. I'll get the map.
So they burned the map already.
You know, I know they're trying to be serious here, but that was just downright comedic.
Not just that, the faces that Smurfy Lips does.
Guys,
Considering the guy he's beating up, I'm actually kind of happy.
Guys, I think the black best friend, who's been made so annoying that the audience will probably hate him, is about to die.
Yeah.
Don't be silly, Jova. That would be too predictable.
So now this is the part where he uses their friend as ransom to force them to give the map. Or, I mean, give over the girl. He actually didn't... Yeah, doesn't Snails have the map?
Yep.
So why doesn't he get the map? Oh,
Because
right, the dragon's eye. Liar. I may be slow, but I'm not stupid.
There you go. He tosses them the map like that.
No. Yeah.
Hey!
No.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm sorry, black guy dies
yeah.
first, but this is just a liberation. Sorry,
Yeah.
folks.
You know what's weird? Even the music sounds triumphant.
And he doesn't get the map, he just walks. Like
Seriously, why didn't you just grab the map, Blue Lips? Like, he didn't even throw the map that well to them.
This is not the time for the
Oh.
choreography to, you know, suck.
Well, crud, I guess the mage is gonna have to be the hero, since now both thieves are gonna be dead, because that's a shoulder wound, and they really hurt when not treated to, and, you know, that would probably kill him.
Again,
Twisting the knife.
that's the thing. Thieves are not exactly made for combat to begin with.
Not just that. Well, Jova, we have... can we just use a healing spell, though?
Well, then
That's
by that
what
logic,
we're about
Pedro,
to
we
get.
could bring back his friend with a healing spell.
I guess.
Actually, no.
Oh
to be
my
fair,
god,
again,
finally you do something!
These reflects again another thing that happened due to the unpredictable events. In a D&D session, anyone can die. Like either due to the RNG nature of things that happen, like action,
Don't worry,
combat,
sir.
and everything.
Don't worry, sir. We were following your example, slowly pursuing them.
Basically, any
Wow,
of your
that
party
effect was
members.
awful.
Yeah, any of your party member can actually die in any capacity, even for the stupidest reason, like tripping on a stair.
So, in a way, this is actually them paying homage to D&D. Took them long enough. So, basically, Tia, what you're saying is like, well, they intentionally made this character as unlikable as possible on the hopes that the audience would cheer when he dies, because that's kind of
oh boy, we're about to get another debate.
Finally.
Oh yeah, you're in this movie.
Yeah.
She looks like she'd rather be anywhere else but here.
Well, she's constantly rolling her eyes, it looks like.
Yeah, sure, I'd violate the law. You literally just admitted you violated the law. You kind of have to think
Also,
of a
her
better
spider
debate
sense
now.
was tingling. Also, Joe, I'm hearing a beat of your audio. Thanks. There we go.
Yay!
And now,
He's
Shiroi, a new challenge: overacting of Jeremy Irons versus underacting of the Empress.
Alright, here we go. Alright, Shiroi. The
Wait,
two
hold
opposite
on,
extremes...
listen.
Okay.
Tia already
So,
gave her the intro
this
for
is
it.
going to implode.
Yeah. dividing per 0.
The two extremes, the two extreme opposites of the spectrum finally collide. Who will win?
Also, can I be honest though?
Yeah.
Overacting in the context of this scene actually makes sense, considering he's in a big arena addressing an audience.
Yeah, it's oratory.
And he does raise a good point. I mean, again, remember, she's already admitted that she's violated the law, and she's kind of underage for the job. What reason do they have to trust her over Jeremy Irons' character here?
I was going to say, considering, how poorly written all this is, I'm surprised nobody stood up and went, "We are adults, you are a child, get off the throne."
That's kind of what Jeremy Irons is saying here, but he's supposed to be the bad guy.
Totally.
Like, I mean, take out his plot to get the ruby, and he's kind of the only person who's sane here. I know, ironic considering his acting.
Oh,
True.
there we go.
You see, we adults
Objection!
are...
Objection!
Yeah, seriously.
Effectively, he's kind of just arguing that instead of a monarchy, they go for something where multiple people rule until she becomes of age.
Yeah.
I mean, again, he's supposedly the bad guy, but honestly, I'm all for it.
Great. Can you do that another take of that line, please? That was god-awful.
Like, let's be quite honest. In a real-life debate, she'd lose on her tone alone. Like, yeah, I know. Sometimes, yes, facts are definitely the most important thing in a debate, but you also got to remember to actually portray yourself out to the crowd to help out in that debate.
She sounds like she doesn't believe a word of what she's saying.
Yeah.
So,
Outside of Irons, sorry, Protheon. Not only are his points more valid, he actually sounds like he believes them.
I mean, if he's trying
Again,
to get the...
like Jolva said, the only thing that's halting you for actually rooting for the character is because he's obviously evil.
And even with that, what's his evil plan? I guess to control the dragon to control the kingdom. But hey, if he wins this debate, doesn't that mean he doesn't need to do it?
Give us more Abba.
Look at that! Even most of the people are agreeing with him.
Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't mentioned this to Shirai. Get ready, Shirai, because we're about to get an unexpected cameo from something that you know.
Oh boy.
Basically, we're about to actually have the elves treat the wound of our protagonist here.
It's not like we could... Oh, I guess we can't go back and go get the friend.
And there you go, Shirai, Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor.
Huh.
Yep.
What are you doing
Wait,
here?
hang on.
Poor thing.
Hang on. Aren't elves traditionally short?
No.
And that depends.
But Tom Baker's a freaking giant.
Well, that's dwarves are thinking of. I mean, sometimes
also leaves an actor who's tall or short can be camouflaged in order to, resize him. And there you go. That's enough for healing him.
I'm sorry we couldn't heal your friend. He was annoying
My
anyway.
purpose here is done. Bye. And he turns retarded.
Fun fact, Tom Baker has some pretty high billing in this episode for a guy who barely shows up in this movie.
Yeah, he's like there for this scene, and that's it, I think.
Which is sad, in terms of straight acting, not over or under. Tom Baker's actually the best one in the movie.
Yeah.
That's because this is a movie obviously geared towards overacting.
Also, not just that, Wibs, he's from the old school British, from the British old school, so...
He was in Doctor Who from the mid-1970s to the early 80s.
Not just that, Dweebsy, there's something that I actually have learned is that the old school of British acting is hardcore as fuck.
We've still got a few of them around to this day.
Yeah, they know how to act and they will not give up until they fucking die.
So why the hell is Patrick Stewart in the Emoji Movie then?
Ugh.
Hey, he was in Logan. He was in Logan the same year, so...
He played a poop emoji.
I guess he needed to do a favor for his family, but whatever.
Sorry, I was about to say the fabrics of time there.
Sure.
But I forgot this isn't the franchise. A franchise that I won't appear on again on screen until 2013.
So
For a small cameo.
basically, he's telling them, "You're the heroes. Go deal with this."
Yeah. Now
No,
go rest our heroes.
But what about snails?
Oh my god, that green screen is so terrible.
Does he get to mourn? Does he get to mourn about snails?
Yeah,
I think
he
they're
has
about
this
to.
angsty moment. Now get this. I think we kind of glossed over is by the fact in the original city where Pring started, the mages, the wizards are basically a militaristic group, so the common people kind of are racist against them. And there you go, he's about to express that.
He did.
Apparently he did.
He was
Also,
just-
you didn't show to be much of a friend to him.
Don't you get it, Tio? It's taking for granted what we have before it's gone.
Of course.
Oh, hey, the character at least gets to mourn for his friend. I guess that's one thing this movie has over the Star Wars The Last Jedi. Zing!
Zing. Well, Trevor, technically that is that was
Oh,
shot.
there you go.
Oh, yeah, but it got deleted.
Yeah, let's not get into that now.
What the heck kind of accent were you just
Oh,
doing?
no, listen to her reaction. The way she screamed.
So
Her voice
first,
cracked at just at the right time.
so first Ridley goes into what sounds like a Western Southern accent, and then she all of a sudden cracks like she's going for puberty. So what's next? They kiss and love and make up, and that officially makes the relationship?
I think that's for later. Oh, that's right.
Oh, so
you're
that's
supposed
the
to root
reason
for.
why the Empress is trying to effectively destroy the system. Because supposedly it treats
The
mages
common
and...
non-mages. Basically, think of Harry Potter, but more stupid. And that's saying a
So-
lot.
So, yeah, basically what the Empress wants to do is, in a short bout of time, completely defile a system. Like, don't get me wrong. I get that a system can be crap and whatnot, but you gotta realize sometimes the best way to deal with this stuff is gradually, especially if you're in the political position.
To be fair, Profion wants just to keep the status quo without any change whatsoever, so...
Oh, I get that, but here's my thing, though. It's like, well, maybe if she waited things longer and waited until she was maybe older and then people would listen to her, she could get the ball rolling.
I'm sorry,
more.
I'm just distracted by that fucking green screen.
Yeah,
And also-
this time I'm actually with Wibbs, it's just that jarring.
And my question is this. So, has the Empress only just now started to do all this stuff? Has she been doing it her whole life or something? Was there some point when she had a turning point of realization?
I have
Because-
no
What
idea.
happened to the other hierarchy?
That's a good question.
That face.
I mean, hell, at least in Dino Kuni 2 it was explained the father died and the mum's dead too, but here?
Oh god, this is it.
No more tears, only rape, I guess.
Huh?
Is there such a thing as a mage who isn't smart?
So, we're bonding over the death of his best friend. That's a great way to start an
It's so
official
interesting
relationship.
you mentioned Wibbs. Basically, Wibbs, a thing
Yes.
that actually is proper of D&D is how the statistics of your character are. Intelligence and wisdom are two completely different things. You can be super intelligent but very stupid in wisdom. So
Hey, privacy bud. So there you go, guys. They officially bonded over the death of his best friend, and Spider-Man did this better. Just gonna
new
say.
magic sword.
Wait, when did that happen?
When did what
They're
happened?
basically getting equipped for
The whole.
going.
When was the whole two people bonding over a dead best friend thing done right?
Spider-Man, death of Gwen Stacy.
Is that a comic? Yeah, of course it's a comic book, I must say.
Well, Dwibs, Amazing Spider-Man 2 adapted part of it. It didn't adapt the part that actually allows us to have a good payoff, but yeah. Basically, Mary Jane is there to support Peter.
Oh.
Here's the thing, though. They
Apparently,
didn't...
apparently the subtitles of this version were in German.
Thanks,
So I guess we won't know what they're saying. Not that it matters.
Drink
but-
your Ovaltine.
Yeah.
Also, is the dwarf actually gonna do something?
I think he does.
Hey, Tio, he's exactly like Gimli. He doesn't do much of anything.
That's
So now
still
we have a
count as
new.
one.
So now we have a new black character, but
Oh.
this one actually.
Oh yeah, basically now for this dungeon alone, only Ridley can enter because
Why?
the others will have to wait
Because
outside.
Hang on,
I'm
let me hear. Is
sure.
there an explanation?
Magic barrier.
See now, a good
Barrier,
D&D basing
barrier.
could have like made a thing like basically it repels anyone who is not of the proper class because he's the only normal human being there. That would be a nice explanation. Except no, it's just he's the chosen one.
Yeah, we're totally gonna bang after this.
Well, I guess that's good motivation.
Careful,
So-
my middle
That's
name.
good motivation to come back alive.
Well, sure, right.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not good motivation for you
Uh,
or anyone.
Let's not touch that, Jova.
Yeah, let's not touch that one with a 10-foot pole.
Anyway,
Or
an actual,
50
hey guys,
foot.
an actual proper dungeon cave in a D&D movie, finally.
Oh, you mean a dungeon? Sure, Roy. Surely we weren't watching a movie called Dungeons and Dragons and expecting there to be dungeons, were we?
no.
Technically,
Hey.
there were, I guess, with the Thieves Guild and before with Protheon's
We had
castle.
dragons.
basement.
Does it even count as a dungeon, though?
Oh, trust me, Shir, we're gonna get dragons later on.
We had a dragon at the beginning.
Hey, this looks
Yeah.
like that cave from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Actually, it reminds me a bit also that sequence in Empire Strikes Back where Luke has to test himself.
Yeah, I don't. What was that bit? What was that test meant to be about?
Or
Inner reflection and willpower.
so when's the jump scare?
Oh,
There we go.
also Goonies, I guess.
Ow.
And now he has to face up against the giant beast down below.
Sadly, no. Instead,
Yeah.
we're getting a puzzle.
Oh boy, how many pick
How many
rats?
pick rats is it worth?
50.
Nah, I'd say more 30.
20, I'd say.
Compromise. It's like a bargain.
A
I wonder if
bargain.
that-
Like a haggle, sorry.
Yeah.
There you go, the dragon eye basically opens the door. There you go, puzzle solved. 10 out of 10.
Huh, the door doesn't even come
Christ,
alive and attack him.
Gosh, yeah, the puzzles in Leighton's mystery journey were more.
Don't worry,
complicated than
Jova.
this.
Don't worry, Jova. He apologized to it.
Tisk.
So what's on the other side?
Well, a treasure room, obviously. But
Let me
he
guess,
doesn't need,
Chester's
he
cursed.
doesn't need that much of a gold and jewels, just what he came for.
Well, they go to the stupid thing where he's grown as a character, so he doesn't just want to steal for himself.
Not really.
So it's
Oh, never mind.
oh, never mind.
Or maybe not.
You thieves, taking what doesn't belong to you. That line was so
I'm sorry,
stupid.
what did you say?
Of course, that's what a
wait.
thief does, you moron.
The
So
death
wait,
of
so
your
did he-
friend is actually compelling you to not steal anymore. Are you stupid?
What? What even was that line? So when on earth did snails ever suggest that they should not steal something?
Also, you may have noticed things like a Spartan helmet or something. Oh, on this bit. Basically, that's the rod we're looking for.
I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen when he tries to get that rod.
Okay.
Yes, Skeletor? Also very British.
And that worthy person, I guess, is just one who's selected out of a hat, and that's why only he was allowed to go for the barrier.
There you go. That's actually foreshadowing.
I mean, look at me. I once wielded the rod, and now I'm just a skeleton on a hook.
Blasty, man.
Why do you always have to be so cryptic with this stuff? You're dead. It's not like someone's gonna punish you for being clear with us.
Basically, very good. The receptor allows you to control any red dragon. Yes, it's that stupid.
Apparently, red dragons are the most powerful.
Yeah, basically.
So what does that mean for
Empress
what does that mean for Skeletor?
The Empress, it is dead now. The Empress has a scepter that allows her to control golden dragons, which are apparently inferior in power.
And earlier, Protheon got a green one, which allows him to control green dragons, I guess.
But the pronunciation of Protheon's odd in this movie. Sometimes it's called Protheon, other times it's just called Protheum.
I don't know.
Wow, the music is very majestic.
Totally.
For looking at paintings.
Wait, there was an animated series of D&D?
Yes. Yep. It was mediocre to bad. It had some good ideas, but it ultimately wasted them.
Apparently this almost had a novelization.
Of course it did.
Well, it did, or it almost did.
That apparently is better than the movie.
Oh boy, here we go. Basically, Sherry, now we jump directly to the fact that the Empress has decided to take things personally and control the Golden Dragons to attack Protheon directly. And now enjoy as Jeremy Irons will devour every scene is in it.
So, we're supposed to be rooting for the Empress, right? Because maybe... So, this is kind of like the equivalent to having a temper. Not for nothing, Empress, but attacking Protheon just because things didn't go your way, you're totally a great leader for us. Like, seriously, how immature can you get? You're making this guy look like the competent leader by comparison.
And he's yelling and raving at everyone. What is he even saying?
I have no idea. Bless him.
Don't stop me now.
That's what I wanted. That's actually what I wanted in Aragon. I wish him that he was that over the top in Aragon. But
oh no, the dragon.
And now because the dragons are dying, a storm is.
What have you
haven't really done anything, lady.
Also, that outfit is ridiculous.
What the hell is she wearing?
So anyway, dungeon raided, trophy acquired. This should be go easy, right?
It looks like she just stole a metal net.
Boy, my friend seems to have gone missing. I sure hope they didn't get captured or something.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Hey,
so once again, the dwarves have done nothing. The dwarf has done nothing, and also the elf now has done nothing.
And people say I'm the slow one.
And the elf was able to kick butt, as we've clearly seen before. How did she get caught? He's technically right, but how does he know that?
I don't know.
Oh no, he scratched my girlfriend's neck.
Well, he's already hurt her twice, so
give him a rod. How many innuendos does this film have? Like, seriously.
He has your word, eh? Sure.
Why don't you
always say?
Why don't you do something?
If that rod can be used to control red dragons, why don't you try using it?
That's what he wanted to do originally, but Phillips told him no.
Kill them.
Well, I guess he was of his word.
Okay, I have to say this right now. The motif for the villain sounds like it's nearly ripping off the evil marching from Star Wars.
Yeah, you said you'd let them go.
Hold on. Brilliant.
Seriously though, that theme, it always goes da da da. I'm like half expecting it to go da 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 da.
Oh, finally, the elf is doing something.
Hey, I could have done this beforehand. Why didn't I do that beforehand?
Because I was hoping he'd be so slow that I would escape before he got halfway through his command. But it didn't happen because he's learned to speed up.
Yeah. Hey, the door's finally doing something.
Finally, about 10 time. Also, you can see that he's a magic sword because it actually produces sparkles.
Lovely. Whoa!
Anyway, now Murphy needs to actually use the teleport spell to actually go back to Profion and give him the scepter directly.
And to get that thing out of his head.
But it's okay because Ridley made it through on his own.
Actually, no, he followed directly. There you go.
Yeah, that's why I said he got there on his own. It's just him.
What took you so long, man?
It
Oh, look at Jeremy's reaction.
Yeah.
Seriously, he's slow taking it out.
I say a lot of things.
Doesn't even dignify him, Lorenzo.
You know, this background is starting to make this entire thing look like the final boss battle of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh.
A lot of shit flying around.
Oh. So, apparently he's a man of his word.
Not
Oh.
really. Hold on.
Hold on.
There you go.
Huh. There we go. So he actually kept his word. He's already a better ruler than the Empress as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
he
no,
actually
prepare
keeps his
because
promise.
you're about to get even more scenery chewing.
It's time now for whatever kind of battle Ridley's gonna do.
Fire!
Oh my god, guys, she emoted.
Not just that, those fireballs are so terrible. Oh boy, here we go.
Hamasay Hamasa?
And now
Either
he's
the
summoning.
audio quality was just really bad there, or he had to dub over his own line.
Probably what you said, the ladder.
Maybe.
And there you go, he's summoning the Red Dragon.
The
Oh boy.
Crimson Dragons.
He's gonna explode.
I mean, there's orgasming, there's screengasming, there's losing your mind. He's doing none of those. He is doing something well beyond.
Oh, is this game above and beyond the Call of Duty here?
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Up,
go.
up,
Watch his great
down.
choreography.
What's
Yeah.
with the tennis grunting?
It kind of is like a tennis match. Let's see.
This is what the exchange version of Wimbledon would be like. Wow, guys, this PlayStation FMV is amazing. Right, where's the movie?
I'm sorry, guys. That stop motion bit was looking quite old. Where's the actual movie?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, are you sure we're not watching the alpha of the CGI?
Down, up, down.
Forehand,
up,
backhand, down, down, up.
Yeah, this choreography
Where
is terrible.
X and ho, haha, guard, parry, dodge, thrust, spin.
Not really.
I got you good.
Again, I know there's a sequel to this, and I know Bruce Payne's the villain in that one, so...
He must have been really desperate. Either that or
people didn't knew back then, I guess.
I have to wonder if Bruce Payne actually legit liked this role.
Probably. I remember he kind of does the same shtick in Iron Rand game.
Huh. Talking
Which came out the
slowly.
same year this film did. So 2000 was the year of Bruce
By
Payne.
the way, you have
crazy villain.
something on your lip.
Wait, I do? Why didn't anyone tell me?
He survives this. So.
Ding.
Oh,
Wow,
Jeremy
that's
Irons
one
going to have
overactor
another.
down and down for the count.
One to
Now,
go.
where's the other?
Yeah. But no, guys, the red dragons are prevailing.
Yay, I like red.
There we go.
Oh.
Oh. Why do I imagine that this was supposed to be a blooper? But
Let the blood rain from the sky!
It's like he's orgasming with each line.
I can just imagine Jeremy Irons going, okay, now I've had my fun. Now let's do the actual
Also,
scene. And
it's funny, Jeremy Irons had no interaction with Ridley up until this point, and yet he acts like he knows him. Oh. That, to be fair, that's an actual weapon, an actual spell, conjure weapon. Here's the problem, Ridley is kinda on the short side of a stick for this one.
Yeah.
Literally.
You can't seem to get past my wood well.
God damn these cuts.
Uh,
They're
Oh, he just cuts
they're trying so badly to hide the fact that he's not even being hit.
also, this camera angle.
Oh, apparently, you know how when we cheered when Marlon Wayans' character died?
Hmm.
According to TV tropers who were in the cinemas when this movie was being shown, so did all the moviegoers that went to see it there.
Yeah, it's
All 50 of them.
Did he
Genuine
just say
reaction.
lol?
Here's the thing, he really knows the true thing, so instead of control, he decides to go for genocide.
Maybe I should stop you from doing something that I may very well regret.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm taking fate into my own hands.
Christ, he took it.
Oh god.
Some of Jeremy Irons' acting got into that staff, and now it's flowing into him.
It's like,
Hey, better acting.
Jeremy, you're gonna do something?
So this is what it looks like to people when I overreact.
No, I will not overact any longer.
Ah, you just did.
No!
And now, surprisingly enough, it's the Empress who kills him.
Your Majesty. He said that like he said it in Lion King.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's acting like King K. Rool in the Donkey Kong cartoon.
I'll be back for the sequels!
Jesus.
Huh, maybe the
What's he
battle is
even-
about to be won.
I can't even hear what he's saying.
It's conjuring spells and
He's
shit.
kind of lost his own voice there.
Yeah.
I think he knows exactly what he's doing, though.
Yeah.
Gibberish, 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 gibberish.
And there you go. That's how he's gonna get killed.
Interesting is that the Empress looks like a grown-up version of the Empress from Neverending Story.
There we go.
Oh my
That's
god, that
tasty.
tastes so... it tastes like a bunch of spicy wood.
it's
How
so
much
hammy.
scenery did this guy chew?
That's an entire
Hey,
all-you-can-eat buffet at 3
The
a.m.
dragons, the dragons probably filled up for life.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
seriously, that's like ham, cheese, wood.
That poor
Right.
dragon's gonna
It's
get food
the
poisoning.
it's the equivalent of 1,000 William Shatners.
No, you're right. That dragon's gonna turn into a cartoon.
Yay,
is what's
you
gonna
two are
happen.
totally pointless.
Hey, Jover, that would have been more hilarious.
Why are you
was in this
interacting with the
movie.
dwarf? You
Yeah.
did not know him.
You know, guys, it's so
There you go.
sad.
And just like that, all the dragons retreated just because Profion was killed.
You know what to say, guys? I'm gonna just sad here. Profion's dead. He was the best thing in this movie.
Don't worry, Joe. We'll get the
He
second
took the
best thing
fun
in the
away.
sequel. Don't worry, Joe. We'll get the second best thing in the sequel.
But it won't be the same.
Also,
without
this
him.
scenery is so terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Christ.
Oh, and we cut to the epilogue.
Well, as long as the movie finishes faster, then yeah.
Considering that budget didn't need to look as
I-
terrible as it is.
I think we're only just hearing the celebration. We're not even seeing it.
Because we cut after that
We couldn't afford it.
And now he's dressed like Michael Jackson.
It reminds me a bit of Jareth in Labyrinth.
All right, we have to pay respects to
To snails.
snails.
Yeah.
You know,
To be honest,
I'm bad.
Wow.
You know it.
Really, really bad.
So that's the best gravestone we could give him. A bunch of rocks.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
We couldn't afford anything else.
Also, this final
did.
speech is...
yeah, him dying is what spurred his heroic rage.
Yeah, well, him dying made the movie better. Him dying made the movie better.
And there you go, he gives the Eye of a Dragon right there on the tombstone where it can be easily stolen.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what if someone steals it?
You know, like another actual competent thief.
Well, the sequel takes place 100 years after this film, so I guess we'll never know. Ridley the Savior.
That doesn't sound... You're too
I'm
big
not-
to be Smash.
I'm not. I'm pretty sure they're all doomed. If he's their best save,
Oh, but guys, I think the wind is changing direction.
Do you hear that? It's the winds of change.
no. If it were, this can't be right. If this were Wayans, the wind would be going like.
Maybe he became a better character after death and grew the beard. But yes, now Snails
Ooh.
is being brought back to life.
But
Which
off
is the
screen.
ultimate cop-out that a Dungeon Master can do to a character, because when a character dies, he gets replaced no matter what.
Well, again, unless you have a terrible game master.
Yeah, which is apparently what happens here.
It's funny. Had they had a last scene where it's revealed that it's just a bunch of kids playing a game with the game master being stupid, that would have made this movie so much better
Yeah.
and sensible.
Oh God,
Your friend
Marlon
is
Wayans.
alive.
Wayans is. Oh no.
Spoilers, we never see these characters again in the sequels because they're
Yeah,
set
it could-
centuries
a
after.
century afterwards, but then how come Bruce Payne's in that?
Part of
Resurrected?
a curse, part of a curse that he was inflicted upon, but it will be elaborated, I think, during the sequel. I haven't watched them properly, so teleportation. I think.
I now pronounce you old man and wife.
And
Did
dwarf
they
now.
just fuse into...
they turned into pixie dust, and now they're gonna fly
I
away.
don't even know what this is supposed to be.
Sure, what is this?
They turned into fairies from Fern Gully.
I got it. It's like in Power Rangers where they all turn into weird energy balls and then they get transported to the...
Holy cow, the
see.
composer is trying way too hard for this. Hey, where was
little-
this music during the movie?
Yeah.
Joe,
Anyway-
this was throughout the movie.
I don't
think
recall the
there's,
music.
I don't think
Like-
there's a after credit scene, so final thoughts. Who want to start first?
Me.
Go ahead, Reeves.
Okay, by all accounts, it's a terrible movie, but it's like Pan. There's some really fun, hammy moments to be had. Unfortunately, it's let down by the leads, especially Marlon Wayans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that and the plots, but yeah. Overall, crap movie. And if Marlon Wayans wasn't in this film, I'd enjoy it a little more. But by all accounts, it's fun. If I were a D&D fan, I'd probably hate it, but I'm not. So
All right then, Pedro.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like this is of course one of those classic so bad it's good movies. Like it's just so fun to watch this because purely every time Jeremy Irons is on screen is a blessing. So
Yes.
unfortunately,
You have to watch the rest of the movie.
not everything is
Oh.
gold. Not everything is gold. Sadly, there's quite a lot
Yeah.
of frustrating and even annoying parts that you also have to deal with.
For the record, this movie has like a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's definitely.
Shocker.
However, if you're in the mood, here's what you do: just buy the Blu-ray or DVD and bypass any chapter that doesn't have Jeremy Irons in it.
How has somebody not made a Jeremy Irons highlight of this movie yet?
They did, Jova. That's how
just watch
Shira
that
got
then.
introduced to this.
Yes.
Yeah. What if anyone's made just make a video of all the villain stuff in general? A lot of it's hilarious. We have Jeremy
He's
Irons
super
overacting. We have Damodar be extremely slow in giving his orders.
Heck, we even have that random guard guy who fights Ridley, who overacts every second he's there.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's about it. Go ahead, Shira.
Shira.
Watched the movie for Jeremy, and that's about it. It was. I don't think it really knew what its plot was half the time.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just another one of those so bad it's good things. Worth a watch at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've watched this like 3 times now, I think.
Yeah. All right, Jova.
This movie is both an abomination but also a miracle in the so bad it's good territory. Like, seriously, Jeremy Irons here is like the master of does not give a fudge, but yet manages to seem like the person who's actually trying the most at the same time. Meanwhile, as for the character who doesn't actually give a fuzz, the Empress is your typical child ruler, except they forgot to write in the parts where we're supposed to side with her. Like, she is a terrible ruler for what we see, to the point where, yeah, you're rooting for Jeremy Irons. Like, again, the only reason I don't root for him all is because he's apparently the bad guy. And, yeah, let's talk about our actual heroes here. God dang, whoever wrote Snails, the racist spout of filth, and, like,
Yeah.
seriously. He's terribly written character, yet he's apparently the catalyst. Like, his death is supposedly what puts our heroes into motion the best. Oh, God. And yet, even still, they bring him back to life at the very end off screen anyway. So, was it good for you viewers out there? Speaking of which, let's talk about that stupidly established romance. So, a romance is started by 2 people being trapped in a map, or at least that's what we're led to believe. And then they actually consummate that relationship by a woman trying to help a guy while mourning for his now dead best friend.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow. You have to search for movies that are this terribly written, yet movies that manage to have a reputation. Because by all rights and purposes, this movie is a failure. Which is actually a shame because there are so many times when they show that there could have been an opportunity to make a legit good adaptation of D&D. Like, it's not that hard. Like, D&D is literally about going up against the most inane of circumstances, and, well, by golly, we do have a lot of insane circumstances here, but not done in the creative way of D&D. Quite a shame. Thankfully, the overacting makes up for it. Of course, has put a dent in quite a few people's acting careers.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, folks, this movie is a marvel. Treasure it, but don't watch alone. Watch with friends.
Yeah, it's best to enjoy like that. Anyway, for closing in, pretty much what the other guys have said, this is just something you need to watch with friends because it's absolutely hilarious if you see it as a pure comedy. The problem is that, first of all, as a movie on its own, it just doesn't work. Because first, it rips off a fuck ton of other things badly. And second,
Sci-fi, by that matter.
Yeah. And second, it has a very poor plot that gets resolved very stupidly and very rushed. A lot of things happen off screen, and they just happen like that. And there's a lot of ambiguous morality in a sense that you need to root for the villain more than the actual Empress and our heroes. If anything, of the party, no one is actually very likable. Even Ridley, I guess, a bit, but not by much. And like I said, this has barely anything to do with D&D. There are a couple of spells, and a couple of elements, but everything else is just wrong. Especially things like the Beholder. You wasted a Beholder for a scene like that. No, it's very strange and bad. But anyway, it's still fun if you want to have a laugh with some friends and some alcohol here. Well, not even with alcohol. You can enjoy Jeremy Irons not giving a shit all day if you want. So anyway, that's pretty much it. No dragons or rare animals were hurt. Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Cute. One of the most funny things is the credits.
Let's just say that even the Flintstones movie tried to do this and it wasn't fun even there. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this movie. We still had fun. I hope you had fun as much as we did. So see you eventually for the sequel, I guess.
Both sequels.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
starting with the second one.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
Ta-ta.